What's good? We back. It's your boy CJ Goodfellow back with the Boston Clinic. Don't forget, going live for the Peterson and Earl Smith's card, starting with the first televised bout on regular Showtime with Easter and Harvey Fortuna. Live commentary, live scoring, good discussion. We're gonna be chopping it up in the super chats and in the live chat room. I'll be chopping it up with y'all. And we back. It's the Boston Clinic with another video. And I was having a discussion on my personal social media page on Facebook. Shout out to the bros that's having a discussion with us. Talking about, why guys only fight 2 times a year. And once again, I was watching Keith Thurman. He said his goal is to fight 2 times a year. And it sounds like that's what the management, that's what the promoters want, that's what the fighter want. And to me, I'm thinking like this, which I've been trying to get around to this video for a while. I'm thinking like, why? Why only 2-3 times a year? 2 times a year. When guys just fight 7-10 times a year, we know that's not possible, but anymore with the television dates and all that stuff. But I'm thinking like, why they only fight 2 times a year, and that's the goal now. Because with technology, especially with the advances in the medical field, I mean, these guys should be recovering faster. They should be, they should be faster, quicker, stronger, and recovering faster, and building more muscle and evolving as humans do and as nature does. And they should be more durable to fight those times. But now it's basically about protecting your brain. And protecting your body. And my boy Elton over at CBT Colossal Boxing Talk, y'all go holler at them. He said that now guys used to fight back in the day 10 times a year. That's how they stayed sharp. They didn't do as much sparring. They fought in the gym. They fought, and that's how they stayed sharp. And now more people do it in the gym, and they spar to stay sharp, and then they just fight every 2 times a year, or whatever. It's like that. And then a lot of the brothers say these guys are scared. They're scared to lose their O, and that's I agree with both. But I think the losing is a lot of guys are scared to lose, so they cut back their chances. Even if it cuts their revenue out, they making enough money fighting 1-2 times a year, where they could take care of their family, especially with Al Heyman helping these guys invest their money. That's what people don't know. He's just not a manager and a regular advisor. He's a financial advisor for a lot of these young fellas, these young men to invest their money and have a life after boxing, and that's cool and all. At the end of the day, when you damaging the product on wax, people don't care about all that. We want to see these guys more than twice a year, and once a year for sure. And I was like, 3 times a year is good. A lot of brothers said 4, and Triple G was fighting 3-4 times a year. And I'd rather see it that way. But I know a lot of guys scared to lose. They scared to compete now. This is a new era of fighter. Do people we talked about it before. Do people blame Mayweather for that? Probably do. But at the end of the day, people don't know Mayweather's body was breaking down. He had hand injuries, all types of things. That's why when he was able to reach the plateau that he reached as far as making 20, 30, 40 million, he was fighting 1 time a year to save his health and stretch his health out. People, these boxers misconstrue things, and they don't see the clarity for what it is. You healthy, ain't nothing wrong with your hands, or nothing like that. Go fight 3 times a year, at least. It's 4 quarters. You should at least be fighting 3 of the 4 quarters, you know what I'm saying? And I'm with that, man. I heard Keith and I heard Joshua, you take 6 months to build a pay-per-view. Floyd said, I see Joshua only want to fight twice a year, man. Get your butt in there at least 3 times a year, man. And keep the product alive, And I think it is a competition thing. These guys don't compete like the golden age of the 80s with Hagler, Duran, Leonard, Wilfredo. I mean, all those great guys. You had Pernell, going to the 90s with, Vander, Lennox. A lot of these guys love to compete, and the competition level ain't what it used to be across sports. You look at the NBA, the AAU, AAU family, and everybody likes each other, and there's really no bad blood, and it's just, we see competition, and a lot of these guys don't want to compete. And are they scared to lose they and they scared to lose? Yes, I heard Gervonta Tank Davis say on the Breakfast Club the other day that if he lost, his career would be over with, and they really think that way. It's not about if you lose, it's over with. That's what these new generation of boxing fans think. I don't think so. B-Hop lost his first pro fight, right? And came back, and he was a legend. It's all about how you bounce back, like a rubber band man. Bounce back. How you come back, how you look adversity in the face. And sometimes people that don't lose, they face adversity. Sometimes they might be down on the card. Sometimes they may be dropped, and they get up and face adversity. But it's nothing to lose. Okay. You lost once. You come back, do it again, and come back bigger, better, stronger, and faster, And a lot of these guys think that. Go ahead and go ahead and compete, make that money. Because there's no guarantee that that money is always going to be there in the sport, any sport, or be there in general. So I definitely think these guys should be fighting 3 times a year. And I understand the TV date thing, and I think it's the promoters and the white collars. When I say white collar, I mean the businessman, the promoters, and stuff of that nature. They trying to make the boxing game a white collar, more of a business. You got the Swedish and financial guy Richard Schaefer. They trying to make it a business. They trying to make a blue collar sport a white collar sport. And I don't think that's what it should be. I mean, let these guys fight, let them compete. We've seen with PBC Al Heyman. He's a manager. He manages. He give you the best route. He can't tell you what and how to do and who to fight. He can give you an option. These are the best options we got. And at the end of the day, it's up to the boxers team to pick it. And a lot of these guys don't want the best. They say one thing in front of the camera, or they make all these excuses up. This generation is for competition level across the board for sports. It's piss poor. It's piss poor. None of these guys don't want to compete and go get it no more. And it's sad. It's sad because, if you go back and watch the old fighters, they had no choice but to get in there. If you didn't want to fight for the title because there was only one title, well, you had to wait your time and build yourself back up for the title. So, with 4 titles, it gives people alternative route to take the route of least resistance now. And, you can't, I can't be mad with somebody to put their life on the line and they feel that way. But when you start to tarnish the product and the product starts to, fall off, and people start to go to other combat sports and go to other sports because boxing ain't what it used to be. Then they have a just do to put boxing on their shoulders and fight the best. We tired of seeing people fight the Rod Salkas and the lower level guys. It's time for y'all dudes to compete. And I know you can't fight the tip top best every time out. You deserve a relaxation fight, an easy fight, And I feel that you really do sometimes, but you don't fight a hard fight and then get 3 or 4 easy fights. You know what I mean? You got to earn that. You got to earn that. You got to fight 2, 3 tough fights on the road, and then get your couple easy fights in. You know what I'm saying? But fight 2 times a year ain't no easy fight. Every fight should be a career-defining fight, and that's the issue. You fight 2 times a year, you fighting 2 cream cakes and a 3rd cream cake in the first quarter of boxing. Then the last quarter of the next year, you fighting a tough fight, and then 2 more easy fights. It's raping the budget, man. I can't believe Boxing Networks is playing for the BS, but, it is what it is. Don't forget we going live tonight for the Earl Spence Lamont Peterson card, live scoring. And y'all know what it is. It's the Boxing Clinic, TBC, and more. Your boy Goodfella. We out.